This time last year, the modern Tea Party movement was just cranking up, and the Fox News channel was all over it. They had special Tea Party coverage across the country. They advertised Fox News Channel, see FNC, Fox News Channel Tax Day Tea Parties. You can see in this map here that they're called Fox News Channel Tax Day Tea Parties because all the big Fox News Channel personalities appeared at Tax Day Tea Party events. They were Fox News endorsed and promoted and in some cases hosted events. They didn't just cover the Tea Party protests, they ran ads for them. They used Fox News Channel staff production time and ad time on their air to promote the events. They ran Tea Party promotions.
All across the country, Americans are making their voices heard. In California, Texas, Georgia, Washington, D.C., citizens are standing up, saying no to more taxes and demanding real economic solutions.
Apparently, someone forgot to run all that by the boss. Here is international media mogul, founder and chairman of News Corp, and thereby the guy who owns Fox News, Rupert Murdoch, taking questions after an interview with Martin Kalb at the National Press Club yesterday.
Your network had graphics saying Fox Day Tea Parties. Is it appropriate for a news network to engage in that much politics?
No, I don't think we should be supporting the Tea Party or any other party. But I'd like to investigate what you're saying before I condemn anyone.
I don't think we should be supporting the Tea Party. I thought you were going to tell the boss. I thought you were going to tell the boss. I totally distinctly remember you were going to tell the boss. You were going to tell the boss. You were going to send him a note. I wonder what happened at Fox News today after the boss investigated whether they really did this thing that he couldn't believe they would do. Joining us now is Sam Stein of Huffington Post, who was at the press club for the Rupert Murdoch interview. Mr. Stein, thank you very much for your time tonight. It's nice to see you.
Oh, well, thank you for having me.
Here's my first question, and I don't want it to be construed as rude, but it's really what I'm wondering. Is it possible that Rupert Murdoch does not know what the Tea Party movement is? Is it possible he thinks it's like a declared political party like Democrat or Republican?
I find that a little bit hard to believe. He did show, obviously, a good handle of current events, political affairs, also at that press club. So someone who consumes that much news would, one would think, would have an understanding, at the very least, of what the Tea Party movement is. But by, sort of acknowledging implicitly that he doesn't understand that his news channel has covered it with such boosterism, it does suggest a little bit of detachment, and it makes you wonder whether that's deliberate or not, whether he's too hands-off with Fox News, giving it too much reign to Roger Ailes.
It is because he has chosen throughout his career to be so closely associated with all of his news properties, to not only brand them with his own political views, but also to really be the public and political face of those networks. Is this possible that this means there is a divide between Murdoch and Fox, or is it also possible that this is just plausible deniability, that he doesn't want to be tarred with what Fox News is doing?
A couple points here. One is there's obviously the element of plausible deniability. Fox's motto is fair and balanced, and to admit that you've sort of boosted the Tea Parties would remove that veneer. Secondly, keep in mind Murdoch is a recent owner of the Wall Street Journal, and by all accounts he's been trying very hard to make that on-level competitor with the New York Times, so perhaps his attention is divided elsewhere. But also, this is a man who is very much devoted to ratings, and love it or not, Fox News gets a lot of good ratings. And so maybe he's simply entrusted the enterprise to Roger Ailes under the premise that as long as he can deliver viewers, what's the harm?
I admit to not having any idea how they run their business internally, but now that Rupert Murdoch says it would be a very bad idea to be promoting these Tea Parties, do you think they'll have to stop?
I'm not holding my breath. Fox News, listen, when Fox News was conceived, it was done very cleverly. It was done because there was a niche to do sort of a Republican viewpoint on the cable news networks. Well, Republicans right now aren't that popular even among conservatives. What's in vogue right now is Tea Partyism, is conservatism. And so Fox understands that you have to be sort of with the flow of events. And so to attach yourself in a way to the Tea Party, whether it's through deliberate attachment or simply non-objective reporting, makes business sense, and I think above all else that's what motivates Murdoch.
Sam Stein of Huffington Post, thank you very much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Rachel.